taking your time out to, check me out and help me out. Much appreciated. You didn't have to do it, but you chose to. So, really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I think the city and state thing will be really helpful. We'll talk about topics of the day. I think that'll be really helpful. Then just kind of decipher some of the things that are going on um, out there in the world. One of the things that I had uh, talked about with the wife today was one of the quotes that's really becoming a famous it's really becoming a famous quote right now for me, because it just rings so true, right? um and that quote is, luxuries once tasted become necessities. Now, what does that mean? Now we know that we're part of this, everybody's on lockdown, and we all know why we're on lockdown. But what it's doing is it's changing the way that this economy is going to be working in real time. And some of these things that may seem like it's an inconvenience, like being at home, or working from home, or uh, getting your food delivered, because you can't sit in a restaurant and things of that nature, um, they're becoming new habits. Um, what people don't really realize is that it only takes 30 days for a human to develop a new habit, especially if they're doing it every day consistently, right? One of the things that's happening consistently is that humans are sitting in the house for 30 days. Um, they're not as active. Um, they're doing people are doing what people do when they're at home. They're watching TV, obviously. People are teaching their kids for the first time, but you got people that haven't tasted remote work. Now they're tasting remote work, right? You have people that have been working for 30 or 40 years, and now they're tasting being at home, um, for the first time, and just resting and just being. And yeah, things are kind of uncomfortable right now, but um, when you're collecting unemployment and things of that nature, it develops a new habit. So, uh, some of these things are going to be the new normal as we continue from month to month of uh, doing this. Remote work is going to be the new normal. You're going to have a whole bunch of people that are not going to want to return to work. You have uh, a lot of schools, elementary. I mean, you got to understand. Now we've got elementary, we've got uh, middle school, and we've got high school doing online school at the house. Um, so you're going to see a lot of elementary schools, you're going to see a lot more middle schools, and you're going to see a lot more high schools going online. You're going to see less kids in the public school space. You're going to see less kids in the private school space. You're going to see a lot more homeschooling. A lot of people are going to be using the internet in a much larger scale than they ever did. Um, the delivery of your groceries, that's going to be a new normal. Now, mind you, grocery stores were already becoming hip to it, but uh, now that we've kind of been experiencing this for the last 4 weeks now, and this may ramp back up in the fall because it starts getting cold in August in some parts of the country, and I'm talking about the US specifically. Um, Once it starts getting cold again, you're going to start seeing things ramp up again. And so the things that we're doing right now, or the things that people are getting comfortable with right now, these are going to be the new norms. And because of the fact that there is new norms, there's new habits or things that you also need to do. And one of those things are developing new ways to make money. Um, learning new things like learning to code. Um, like I said, remote work is going to go through the roof. You have people that are quote unquote essential right now that are working from their home. They are not missing a check, even though they're saving money on not having a commute to go to work. What else does that mean? What that means is that uh, what that means is that it's going to um, allow for these buildings that are being rented out by these companies. They're going to start getting rid of these buildings, and like I said, the remote work is going to be the new normal. Your HR department may not even be in the building. They may be working from their house. You might have to visit them virtually. I know um, how you do a doctor's visit. I mean, something as simple as that. Doing a doctor's visit for something that, like the common cold, or you got a cough or anything like that, that's going to be the new normal as well. I mean, this whole situation has literally put the economy on its head. And it's one of the reasons why um, you have to figure out ways to get this new money. You got to figure out ways to maneuver in this new economy, in this new world. And that's why I think there's no time like the present to a um, bring up a new business such as this. So, with that said, yeah, I think this is the time where we need to start um, figuring out a way to uh, just evolve with what's taking place at the moment, right? I am showing my face on the cam, so let me know if that works or not. I have this pop filter up. It seems to be working okay, but I think I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I think I'm going to at least move this pop filter out of the way because I do think it is a little bit distracting. What I want to do is I want to put another filter on the mic, so it'll sound a little muffled as I put it on. But then when I do put it on, let me know if it sounds different. Do I have to turn it up? Is it too muffled? Let me know once I do that. And I think that is something I'm going to do probably right now. All right, so give me a second. Yeah, well, okay, so I'll put the thing on and I'll talk about it at the same time. So I'm gonna move the pop filter out of the way. I'm gonna put this on. Um, yeah, so I think I was talking to you yesterday, and the thing that I was talking about is that I wanted to. Yeah, that's way better. What I was talking about yesterday is I was talking about how not everybody is going to have the opportunity to sit down and watch a video, right? I mean, obviously you're doing it, you're helping me out, appreciate it. But not everybody's going to have an opportunity to do that. So, in the event that they're not able to do that, I do want to make sure that I have the voice and I have the time and I have the cadence and things of that nature. Because um, because podcasting is going to be something that's going to be just as popular as this. If people can't catch the stream, I want them to be able to catch the podcast, which will probably be some of the same topics. But it kind of depends. I might have to do it twice. I think it's twice the work, but I might have to do it twice. Reason being is because um, I'll be doing some things real time and looking at the comments and stuff like that. And just like yesterday, like I was telling you, um, I've got three screens here and I'm just looking over at the side because that's where I have my comments. If I put the comments in the middle of my main screen, um, basically when I switch back over into the main screen, you would be able to see it. So it's just better for me if I just look over to the side and see. And yes, I will be making sure that I do uh, give him a call or at least a text to let him know that get with me so we can talk about stuff and do proof of concept and all that type of stuff. um let's see. I put the feel I just put another feeler back out. I think I'm gonna do that again. um and then we'll just have to see if people are bored or whatever the case may be. But I did want to give friends and family at least an opportunity to provide the feedback, have a little bit of a larger audience. Some people might find us on accident, but there a lot of people might not find us on accident, right? So um, I'm almost wondering if I should reach out to my uh, coding buddies or not. That's up for debate. Um, yeah, I didn't really market this right, but basically, I wanted to make sure that it worked. It worked on YouTube just like it worked the other night. Let me know if my sound sounds just as good, worse, better. Let me know in the comments, and then we'll make the proper adjustments. I'm just looking down right now, trying to reach out to more people. I think what I'll do is I will reach. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I'm probably gonna get wifey on here just so she could look from upstairs. Um, just so she can take a look and see what's going on. See how it looks from her end. See what the lag is just inside the house type of thing. You know what I mean? Um, so just give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna try to do that. All right, all right. I'm back. I am back. I'm not back. It looks sounds like my son is calling me. None of this will happen in the live stream for real. Again, this is just a test. We're probably gonna take it down anyways. So,
Mom said that she's just gardening.
all right. Let her know that when she gets a chance, I want her on the live stream so she can test it out for me from upstairs. All right, bet. So, um, yeah. Again, let me know if the sound is sounding good. No. Yes. Let me know. You know how it is sounding with the new thing on. Cool. See me? Good. Do you hear me? Okay. Let me know. Cool. Yep, still letting me know that I got stream health. I'm gonna try something really quick right now. So I got this name tag up right, and then I'm gonna take it down in real time. Just timing my little cadence here. Cool. All right. So I took it down. I'm gonna put it back up. All right, take it down. I almost think that should fade in and out. I really do think that should fade in and out. All right, that's okay. We'll deal with that a little bit later. Um, yeah, man, this is actually pretty good, man. It says 2 concurrent views, playbacks 5. I don't know what that means. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm just looking at stuff in the background, man. I haven't, you know, yeah. Yeah, YouTube is it, man. I like this. It lets you know everything in real time, man. It's real. It's real professional, man. It's real clean. I like this. Yeah, they're streaming. Okay, so there's some buffering going on right now. I see it right now. Yeah, it says YouTube is not receiving. Yeah, I see it. So cool. All right, let me know because the stream is now poor. So let me know how the stream is looking to you. Yeah, let me know how the stream is looking to you. See if it'll let me do this. Cool. Okay, that's how they do it. All right, bet. Yeah, I got 3 subs just from talking to people in the code game, man. Like so in the web development space, like I was telling you before, um, I was talking to people and I've been able to help people and stuff like that. And as a result, some people, because they're from different parts of the country, they're not different parts of the country, excuse me, they're from different parts of the world. And because of that, they're like, okay, well, let's be friends or whatever, and this is the way to do it. In case I want to talk to them again, you just kind of subscribe to people almost like it's a Facebook or some shit. So, um, yes, I do need to be able to post when I'm going to be live. There is going to be a schedule. This won't be an everyday thing because that's just going to be way too much. Because there's a lot of things that we need to do in the background still. I need to create. Uh, I need to create courses. That'll be. I need to plan it out. I'm going to be creating courses, and then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to. I'll have the stream. I'll have a stream structure, something we talked about yesterday, and like I said, I wanted to make sure that I keep these streams under an hour. Um, and talk about some of the topics that I was like the topic I was talking about earlier, with how people need to work, people need to realize that this is pretty much the new normal, and you need to figure out new ways to get this money. Um, and yeah, so um, shout out to your wife's mother who is being resourceful with her time right now making masks. I think that's great. Um, I just think just Chicanos in general are people that are just they're they're the most resourceful when it counts, man. I mean, they're doing it around here. You know what I'm saying? Food trucks are still running. Uh, People are still, getting landscaping done when it needs to get done. People are still finding ways to make money, and I just think that everyday Americans need to find a way to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because even though we got things going on, man, it didn't stop the bills from not being paid. They still got to be paid. The bill collectors are still calling. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah. And the big thing out there is everybody's kind of talking about the stimulus money and all this other stuff, man. That seems to be the hot topic of the day, all over the place. But in our case, what we'll do is we'll kind of talk about it a little bit, but we're not going to make it the main focus because I'm not about that clickbait. I'm about giving people the information, giving people sound fundamental principles that's going to help them level up in the long term, not the short term. And we're going to make sure that we maintain that message throughout. We might talk about these topics just because somebody might bring it up, or what they should do with it, or whatever the case may be. But we'll talk about it, but we'll skim over it. We're not going to make it a topic of discussion like a lot of YouTubers are doing, in a very cheap manner, if my opinion matters at all. So, yes, I did get my stimulus check. It went right into my savings account because what's going to take place is, so that I had talked about yesterday, as I was talking about how $349 billion of small business money, small business loan money, had ran out. So your Congress is going to be uh, working on another stimulus package, not only for small loan people, but they're going to be working on another stimulus package for us. This is, like I said, this is a really interesting time. And it's interesting that we are in the predicament that we're in only 30 days into it. You understand what I'm saying? There's over 30 million people that are unemployed now. Mind you, the official number is 22 million, but what you don't understand and what the numbers that's not being told is the amount of people that got turned down or blocked out as a result of not being able to apply for unemployment, right? And that's it seems like the system is only able to handle about 6 million people uh, an instance. It can't handle any more than that. So what you're seeing is a failure of some of the uh, infrastructure things that we have going on in this country. Now, mind you, that no one can really prepare for something like this, but uh, aside from the people that aren't making money, there are a lot of people that are making money. Um, and basically, what our goal is going to be here is to um, build people's solid foundation on how to prepare as best they can for something as bad as this when they do just take a light switch and the economy shuts off, because that's basically what's happened. um, we were out today, and it's really interesting, because we practice the social distancing like everybody else, and I think it was a very interesting thing because usually it would take me, under normal circumstances, it would take me an hour to get to work, right? Well, no, I take that back. It would take me about in the morning 35 minutes to get to work, because I would get to work really early. It'd take me about 45 minutes to 55 minutes to get home. Man, it took me 35 minutes to go to work. It took me 35 minutes to get to my house, right? We had to go to the store today. We went to the store. Um, and it was just interesting, some of the stuff we were passing. Like you've been out here before in Arizona, and you've passed the the Cardinal Stadium and stuff like that. Over there, there's a lot of money. A lot of money is dependent on the sports that are taking place. So right now we're supposed to have uh we're supposed to have baseball going on. That's not taking place. That's a lot of money. There's a lot of money that's not taking place. Um right outside of the football stadium, as I was where we passed by today, there's a bunch of bars and a bunch of restaurants, and they have a club atmosphere and all this other stuff. Well, you can't really hang out with anybody, so that's a lot of money that's being lost there. Right across the street from there, you have an outlet full of stores, Nike outlet, all of the brand names, Coach, Burberry, all of those. We have an outlet over there. You know, it's not in a quote unquote essential business. So that's a lot of money being lost. There's a hotel over there. There's a couple of hotels over there, and yeah, nobody's staying at a hotel, so that's money lost on their end. Gosh, 2 3 blocks away, same thing. You have a casino that was just built for this side of town, because all of the casinos are on the east side of Phoenix. um had its grand opening. It was open for 3 weeks, and then had to shut down due to this thing that we're kind of going through right now. So there's money lost there. People couldn't gamble if they wanted to. um People couldn't gamble on sports. They couldn't gamble on horse racing. They couldn't gamble on whatever it is that they gamble on, even if they wanted to. Speaking of gambling, you got Las Vegas hotels, gambling, uh, the food, the amenities. That is a ton of money that's being lost right now as a result of what's going on. And it was just a eerie situation where um, we were going to the store, and just because of the way I think. It was very interesting to see how much money was not being made as a result of what's going on here. And obviously not everybody looks at the news, or they look at the news and they look for certain things, but I just thought it was interesting, and I can see why politicians are trying to find ways to open the economy up and stuff like that. But it should also beg the question of um, it should have people thinking of, okay, well, your health, on the sake of your health, that's not what's best for business, right? So that's something that I think people really should keep in mind, and that's the other reason why I think that people really need to focus on finding new ways to get this money, because um, you need to be well prepared. You need to be in a position where you call all the shots. You're the money maker. So you won't have to wait for something like a stimulus package because of the inability to be able to help yourself. Um, you want to be as resourceful as possible. You want to be the ultimate hustler without doing things that are outside of ethics, or things that are illegal, right? So we want to get people on this legal hustle. I want people to start a business. I want to give people the education of letting them know that, all the tax money that they're paying right now, as employees, we're supposed to be paying taxes, but as a business owner, the tax code is built for them. It's built for business owners. It's not built for the common man. Um, so um, there's so many taxes that we pay that people don't even realize that they're paying. They keep thinking, oh, my um, for instance, people are getting their tax returns. Oh, my tax returns keep dwindling, and this and that and the other. It's like, yeah, but there's so many other taxes that you're paying that you're not getting back. Like, when you go to the store, like we went to the store today, you're paying a sales tax. Um, when you go get gas, I had to go get gas today, you're paying a fuel tax. Depending on where you live, like I was living in the Northwest there for a while, or if you live on the East Coast, or if you live in certain parts of the country, you have to pay a toll. You have to pay that. You got to pay taxes toward that. Um, if you have a house or you have a mortgage, like I do, one of the things is you have to pay for is you have to pay property taxes. So there's so many things that you have to pay taxes on, and uh, what people don't really understand is that if you are a business owner, a job creator, or a creator, an entrepreneur in general, um, there's a lot of taxes that you will not be paying or will be excused from paying as a result of being an entrepreneur, as being a business owner, because essentially you are going to be the individual that is going to be creating jobs for other people, and then those other people that you employ, your employees, they will be the ones paying the taxes to keep the economy going, right? So those are the type of hustles that I want to bring to the masses. um yeah, so um yeah, all right. I'm just looking at it back in real time. Like I said, there is some lag. I'm able to look at it in real time. Um, Trying to think. Yeah, man, this is about 5 years in the making, man. There's a lot of, I mean, when I was looking for, here's the thing, when I was looking for answers when it came to um some of the things that I was doing, I mean, like let's kind of let's decode this for a second, right? How did I get here? Right? How did I get to this point of where I wanted to get this information out to other people? Okay. Um I work hard, right? Everybody says that if you work hard, um you'll get what's coming to you, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Go, you work hard, you'll be the most successful in this and that. And I work 50 to 60 hours a week. That's what I work. Still have to be a father of my children, still have to be a um husband to my wife, right? And like I said, I do work hard, but it's like you didn't see the transition in terms of monetary value of working hard. I have to work 50 and 60 hours because I have to. Um so I had to look a little bit deeper, and I'm like, why that can't be it. Where does wealth come from? Where does money come from? How do you level up? You know what I mean? Because it's not just working hard. It's not. Um as you know, I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree in business. I'm only 3 or 4 classes away from getting my master's degree in business. Um, but getting those degrees did not translate into dollars like we were promised. So the way that I kind of viewed things right away, that's why I quit my master's program, is because it was not translating. So, I'm like, okay, what is the keys to leveling up? That's really what it boils down to. What is the keys to leveling up? What's the hustle? What's the code? What's the cheat code? That's basically what I was asking myself. And I started to ask questions. I started to ask certain questions. And one of the things, I believe it or not, and it's kind of what sparked the interest of one level of doing things. I was following somebody for a long time, right? But what really sparked things was the Jay-Z 444 album, right? Because that album is a grown folks album. I know real, again, I'm a hip hop head, right? But I know real hip hop heads are not feeling that. But that was a grown folks album if you were really listening. So on one of the tracks, the one thing that he does talk about is the number one thing that is going to help you level up. He says it's credit, and I that line just stuck out in my head, and I'm like, what? What does that have? 300, 5,000. Excuse me. People don't have 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, $1 million just sitting in the bank. Nobody does. Excuse me. So how do they leverage themselves or put themselves in a position where they're able to make this money? Well, the way that they're able to do it, yeah, I'm checking that right now. It's gonna buffer a couple of times. Okay. Let me know if we're back on, and then I'll get back on message. Better than Twitch though. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 So let me get back on message here, right? So, all right, bet. So so yeah. So nobody has 300, 400, $500,000 uh in cash just sitting in their account. Nobody does. Not your richest person on the planet. Warren Buffett doesn't even have that in his account. How they maneuver is based strictly on credit. That's how they maneuver. That's how they move around. Um so when they get into a position of being able to buy houses, when they get into a position where they're able to buy um any assets, buying businesses, whatever the case may be, it's not built on just stocks alone. It's built on credit. And if you understood the language of credit, it's one of the pathways to wealth. It really is at the end of the day. And one of the things that I've been able to do as a guinea pig is I've helped about 7 people raise their credit scores from one person was from a 630 all the way up to a 750. Another person was a 700 up to a 780. Another person was a 730 going all the way to 800. And then I even helped my own mother get to a certain 730 all the way to a 800, and then increased her credit line 6 figures. Okay, with no and get debt paid off and stuff like that. So I've put a lot of this stuff that I studied into practice, and now it needs to go to the masses, because when you got people like me who have a wife, who have kids, I'm the only breadwinner at my house, and I need to figure out how to level up. That's one of the ways to level up. And I think other people need to know the ways to level up if they're willing to listen and they're willing to learn. So that's one of the things that I wanted to uh, make sure that people understood. Okay. The second thing is not only was it credit, but you also have to have the right mindset. That was something that is really, really huge in anything that you do. You have to realize that you're preparing for a long term future. We live in a microwave society. We want our stuff right now. You're already looking at people in, say, Michigan, for instance, who are protesting because they don't like being inside the house. Okay. Um, but it's a real thing. I mean, it's a real thing. They're not making any money. You know what I mean? People don't know how to balance their checkbooks. We don't know the foundations of money. Okay. So, um, but these are some of the things that I've learned over the years. You need to have a certain solid foundation of money. If you can't, let me put it this way. If you can't manage the little bit of money that you have, you sure as hell can't manage six figures of money that you're going to be bringing in or more, if that's what you want to get, if that's what you want to bring in on an annual basis, or if that's what you want to bring in on a monthly basis. So these are some of the fundamental things that are going to help you get to the next level. We're going to tell people how to manage their money. We're going to tell people how to build their credit on a personal and a business level. They are two separate things and they're both equally as powerful. Not a whole lot of people know that. We're going to teach people about the mindset, and we're also going to teach people how to be more resourceful and things that they can do right now, even in the midst of what's going on and being in the midst of being at their own home. Um, the other problem that I've seen, the other problem that I have seen with people is that not only do they not know how to manage their money, they don't know how to manage their time. They do not. People do not know how to. People do not know how to learn effectively or learn how to be more productive in their lives. There's so many things that people don't know, and there's so many tools that I have used over the years, uh, especially in the last year or so, that have really transformed the way that I think about pretty much everything, and it transformed the way that I pretty much do everything. Um, People have talents, right? People have talents. They have talents of they're good writers, they're good artists. You have individuals who know how to sew. You're seeing some ultimate hustlers right now. Um yeah, you see how ultimate hustlers are right now, where they may have a t-shirt business or an apparel business or whatever the case may be. Well, guess what? If it's not a quote unquote essential business, what are they able to do? They're able to sew masks. It's still a way for them to make money because they have the basic skill of being somebody who can upholster and sew. That is ultimate hustler status. It's a resourceful way of making money. Um, but there's other ways of making money in the midst of this. And the other issue that some people may have, it's not that they may have, a lot of people do have this. They might be good people that make money. There's people that know how to cook. There's people that are really good cleaners. There's people that are really good bakers, or whatever the case may be, but they don't know how to sell their talent to somebody else and to create a service for somebody else. That's something that's not taught. It's not taught in schools or anything like that. People don't know how to market their talent. Some hobby or side hustle that you have on the side, if you really like doing it, it should be something that you should be trying to pursue full time, because not only do you like it, but you know it. That's something else that we're going to be teaching. It's just going to be a whole concept of things that we're going to be teaching to people. Yes, this live stream is pretty much going on for an hour. I'm probably going to go on for like 10 more minutes because, again, it doesn't appear that other people are going to be coming on. And if they are coming on, because I do see that somebody else has picked up the stream, I highly suggest that you double time this because there's a lot of testing in between, but then there's a lot of good info coming in within the last 45 minutes, I want to say. So if you are just coming into the chat, this is a test chat. I will be clicking back over to my main screen here, just letting you know what we are doing. This is a test of the hustle decoded. This is a concept that I'm trying to reach to the masses. I think that there's no time like the present to start your business. And what I was just discussing was some of the things that we will be talking about when it comes to this channel, this business, this brand, and what we're going to try to do. Okay, the ultimate goal of this channel is to help people. Okay, as I was mentioning earlier, I'm an individual who works extremely hard. I'm an employee like you. I am an everyday person, but I also have a talent. I have a gift. You may be somebody that knows how to sew. You may be somebody that knows how to bake the best cookies in the damn world. You may be somebody that is a great artist. My gift is teaching. My gift is taking very complicated tasks and simplifying those tasks for everyday people. I have mentored people all over the country, and I have mentored people in different parts of the world. I've been doing it for years without even noticing it. I put this concept out as kind of a test just to see if this was something that people wanted, and it had overwhelming demand that this is what people wanted. So now I'm putting it out. This is just a test to test the stream, test my cadence, because there's things that I want to do with this channel and do with this brand. And yeah, we want to there's going to be a lot of things that we're doing. So I'm just coming back and forth in the webcam. Please make sure that you tell your friends and your family about this. This is going to be something that's going to change their lives. I would make a guarantee, but that's not something that I'm going to do because some people listen, some people take the information, and some people, the information goes in one ear and it goes out the other. Okay. So this is the hustle decoded. All right. Some of the things that I was talking about was that the fact that